Alright, so today's class, I just want to continue expanding brackets 3, and then there's another thing called the area model or the array model that I want to do. It's all based across, like, it's the same thing. And there's only one thing left in this chapter, so we're doing quite well. Okay, so expand brackets and simplify. This is the same example I did the other day, except I didn't do part D. Okay, so when it says 3x minus 2 to be squared, okay, when they use a power, so we know that like 4 squared means 2 4s and you multiply them, or 6 squared is 2 6s and you multiply them. So you use the same concept here. If it is 3x minus 2 to be squared, then there is 2 3x minus 2's. So you just write 2 of them. Okay, so when you see squared, you basically just write it out in 2 brackets. Now we're back to our split the first multiplied by the second. So we take the first one and we're going to put it here, and we take the second one and we're going to put it here. So you put your 3x here and you put your minus 2 here, and then in between you put the second bracket. So we have 3x minus 2 goes after the 3x, and 3x minus 2 goes after the minus 2. And then we're back to the exact same stuff we were just doing for homework. So the big thing is, when you see a squared, you write the bracket out twice, because that's what square means. It means 2 of them. Then you do your real split, the first multiplied by the second, and we will finish it, just because we should. So I'm going to distribute my 3x across the first bracket, and I'm going to distribute my minus 2 across the second bracket. So 3 by 3 is 9, and 2 x's is written as x squared. This is a plus, this is a minus, so different signs give me a minus. 3 by 2 is 6, and then we just have the x. This is a minus, this is a plus, so different signs give me a minus. 2 by 3 is 6, and this is the only thing with a letter, so just x. And then 2 minuses make a plus, and 2 by 2 is 4. So if we go in and do the families, I have x squared, but I have no more, so that's on its own. I have my x family, and there are 2 of them. And then I have my constants, and that's on its own. So 9x squared is unaffected. Here, now, minus 6, again, this is addition, subtraction. There's no multiplication there. So minus 6 is minus 12 for the x family, and then plus 4. Alright, so like absolutely everything was the same as what we did the other day. The only thing is the way the question is written. So when it's written with a square like that, you have to recognize that a square means 2 of them. So you write 2 of them, and then you apply your rule for multiplying 2 brackets. Alright, now there is another way to do this. Okay, like normally I wouldn't do it, except in recent years it's like I prefer doing it that way, but in recent years this has actually come up as a as in they're asking you to do it this way. So it would say multiply out and simplify using the area model, or sometimes it's using the array model. Okay, so it's not difficult. So what we do is we create a box. Okay, and we put what we have on the box. So we put 2a as the length of this. We put minus 3 here. We put 4a down the side, and then this is going to be plus 3. Okay, and essentially you're going to multiply. Okay, so to get this first box here, you multiply this side by this side. So it's like doing length by width, okay, which is why it's called the area model. So if we do this by this, the calculation we're doing is 2a multiplied by 4a, and the answer to that is 8a squared. Yeah? Right. To do this box, the length is going to be here. It's going to be the minus 3. And the width is going to be here, which is your 4a. So to get this one, you're multiplying 4a by minus 3. So we have, this is a plus here. Signs are different, so minus 4 by 3 is 12, and then you have your a. Okay, then we're down to this one. Keep changing colour. So to get this box, this is your length, which is this, and then this is your width, which is this. So the multiplication down here is 2a by plus 3. This is also a plus, so signs are the same, so the answer is a plus. 2 by 3 is 6, and the only letter is a. And then the last one, probably getting the hang of it by now, this is the length, which is this. This is the width, which is this. So to do the multiplication, it's minus 3 by plus 3. Signs are different, which gives me a minus, and 3 by 3 is 9. Okay, so if I write out my answers, I have 8a squared minus 12a plus 6a and minus 9. Still have to do the simplify, so that hasn't changed. So I have an a squared, which is on its own. I have an a family, and there are 2 parts of that. And then I have a minus 9. So the 8a squared is on its own, so there's nothing to add it to. The a's I add. So minus 12 plus 6 is minus 6 is my total for my a's, and then minus 9. Okay, so it's exactly the same as in terms of how you do it is the same. It's just instead of doing split the first and multiply by the second, you write it out in this little box. Okay, so the 2a, the minus 3, the 4a, and the plus 3. And then you kind of calculate it like each one is a little area. So you're doing a little length by a little width, a little length by a little width, and so on. Okay, so that is the area model or the array model for multiplication. All right, so as usual, questions will follow.